One of the most important characteristics in seeking to attain sustainability is our willingness, availability, and ability to train the youth who are the future of our world tomorrow. It cannot be perceived that an entire planet is allowed to die physically, culturally, and economically, and that the human being is not itself at the epicenter of this dangerous extinction. It is the untrained and uncaring youth who faces the future with no regard for a past of cultural richness, acquired knowledge, and tradition. It is the unknowing and uneducated man or woman, once a child, who seeks to destroy the exquisite and exotic world in which we live by maiming and mangling our fragile ecosystem and causing the degradation of a sensitive natural infrastructure. Yet, at the same time, we are expected to care for the world around us and generate enough resources with which to live comfortably, all in one shot. Let us ask ourselves the question, is it at all possible to economically extract our livelihood from the earth, while at the same time caring for its ever-changing physical appearance? Can the social and economic fabric of our nations and cities be maintained effectively? And I believe the answer to this is a resounding yes. Let's train our young people that war is a destroyer of property and life, and not a resolve to make things better. Let's teach them that if we take everything out of the earth's soil and fail to consistently replace, we would have presided over the destruction of humanity. The race to attain as close to the level set by the UN's 17 Sustainable Goals by 2030 is on. And part of the solution is for the NGOs the world over to work closely with the public and private sector, to turn several golden keys in order to open the doors of success. It must be a two-pronged approach, where the NGOs act as both the voice of change prior to policies being set by governments, and major implementers and stakeholders after the decisions have been taken. All parties need to move forward in harmony for the good of humanity. If we at least examine only SDGs 1 and 2, which are no poverty and zero hunger, respectively, we note that there are over 40,000 NGOs identified worldwide by the UN, plus the hundreds of thousands of community-based groups. The sheer mathematics of this equation suggests to us that NGOs can certainly help to stave off poverty. Here at the Halo Foundation, the young people have commenced their own farm in keeping with the government's encouragement for self-sustenance. This ultimately leads to the absorption of secondary training skills, such as sales and marketing of products, and the manufacturing of secondary goods from raw produce grown. A well-structured integral plan between all partners and sectors should, if handled correctly, eventually lead close to zero hunger. A reduction in unnecessary waste is also crucial in meeting this goal. While all of the SDGs are critical in the quest for sustainability, it is our feeling that the molding of the thought process of our youth is what will ensure the difference in outcome in the long run. For we cannot stop wars without tolerance and compassion. We cannot eliminate hunger without ensuring that enough has been planted and prepared, and that there is an effective global distribution system from which we can all benefit. We cannot prevent the very core of nature from shriveling up and disintegrating if we choose not to care for our environment and natural surroundings. We need to intensify the action to recycle, to maintain a clean and healthy land and ocean environment, and to preserve and protect our scarce resources. I challenge you today to commit to teaching even one child at a time, to agree to take even one task at a time, to pledge to touch even one life at a time. And I guarantee you that by 2030, we would have made impressive headway with the responsibility of cleaning up a world which has been physically, culturally, and economically abused. Margaret Mead, an American cultural anthropologist, once said that we should never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Let's press on in hope and action together.